Energy Ignition Ventures. Please welcome Mr. Utipong Songsit, Vice President of Business and Investment Legal PTT Oil and Retail Business Public Company Limited. And please welcome Ms. Jackie Wu, Senior Partner, Long and Law Firm, Shanghai Branch. Please welcome. All right, so I would like to give the stage to Ms. Sirikan, our moderator for the session.
Thank you very much, MC, for introduce our session. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome distinguished guests, esteemed panelists, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sirikan, Director of International Cooperation with Commerce. It's my great honor to be here to serve you as a moderator in this important session. I'm sure everyone here, is similar with the ESG already, environmental, social, and governance, because, over the past few years, ESG has transformed to niche concern of the fundamental aspect of their business strategy. All the organizations are increasingly recognize that sustainability is not just solely the environmental and social, but also are critical for long-term profitability and risk management as well. So today, our ESG era presents both and challenges. So today we will, explore business responding in these changes, and also the future of the whole of ESG initiative. We have, 1.5 hours together today with esteemed 5 panelists. So for the session flow of this panel, will be divided in 4 parts. The first round, I will give approximately 5 minutes each panelist to present the current ESG principle. And after that, for the second round, I will give approximately 5 minutes each panelist to present the real world case study and also best practices in ESG principle in business. And after that, toward the end, I will give 5 minutes each panelist to deliver their thoughts, suggestions, solution for the business that may face in the future. And for the last 10 minutes, I will give 10 minutes for open Q&A. I encourage all of you here to share your thoughts, suggestions, or any question. Please prepare your question. Okay, all right, okay. Let's now move on to introduce our panelists here. Thank you for being here again. First, I would like to introduce Kun Supalak Silawong, Environmental Specialist, Department of Climate Change and Environment. Please welcome. And next panelist, may I introduce Mr. Alex Won. He is CEO of the Registry Thailand. Please welcome. And next, may I introduce Mr. Om Khao Saad. He is a partner of Energy Ignition Venture or EIV. Please welcome. And next, may I introduce Ms. Jackie Wu. She is a senior partner from a Long and Law Firm from Shanghai. And last panelist, may I introduce Mr. Utipong Songsit, Vice President of the Business and Legal, Investment Legal from PTT Business and Retail from PTT Public Company Limited. Please welcome. All right, okay, we have, 1.5 hours. So I would like to address the first panelist in terms of the context of green economy and sustainability policy. How do you see the, how can you see the business, balancing between economic growth and sustainability? Please.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all of you. Okay, I'm very excited. I'll be very excited. Okay, on behalf of the Department of Climate Change and Environment, Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to ASEAN Legal Alliance for invite us to participate in ASEAN Legal Alliance and ARWICK Legal Network Conference to 2024 today. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, the first picture I want to 5 minutes to to
We have
present.
only 5 minutes to,
Okay, thank you.
give you a short brief from your ministry.
Yeah, I'll start with this picture. Is COVID-19 has presented unprecedented challenge, economy and global health. This picture is show that a risk on global scale over the next 10 years after COVID-19. Yeah, it's right. The climate change and economic and biodiversity loss is first priority risk of this the risk priority to the list on global. I'm sorry. The next is a first priority. And next slide, please. This picture is shown in Thailand in 20 greenhouse. This is the global greenhouse gas emission situation. Thailand is number 20. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, thank you. German Bosch reported that global climate risk index in Thailand in 20, we are in top 10 list. Yeah, top 10 list in climate change. Next, please. Yeah, okay. And this the crisis and the challenge we face, we have provide us with an opportunity to rethink. Thank you so much. This crisis and the challenge we face have provided us with the opportunity to rethink and cooperate more closely across nation border to build a more sustainable future for our countries and enhance our resilience to future crises. And Thailand, under the leadership of the Royal Thai government, has reaffirmed its commitment to working with stakeholders to achieve the SDGs guided by the philosophy of sufficiency economy initiated by His Majesty the King Rama IX. This is Thailand vision. Thailand 20 years national strategies serve as a roadmap to regulate policy aimed at national development and SDG attainment. In terms of the economy, Thailand is promoting the biocircular economy or BCG. BCG, okay. This is a model, BCG model is bioeconomy, circular economy, and green economy. Okay. In terms of the economy, Thailand is promoting biocircular economy BCG model to achieve sustainable development, leveraging our strength in biodiversity and technological innovation to boost the national income. Okay, I will show you. In the first biocircular economy for economic growth. Okay, Thailand is among the world top 16 countries in terms of biodiversity, making its biodiversity hotspot in Southeast Asia. This rich natural heritage not only support ecological balance but also offer immense potential for economic growth and boosting the country global competitiveness, sustainable management of this biodiversity essential to maximize its benefit. And this is circular economy. The primary objective of the circular economy is to preserve the value of the resource, raw material, and products for as long as possible through recycling and reusing, upcycling, while minimizing waste for better environment. And G, green economy. Green economy are therefore a sustainable economic model that efficiently utilizes resources, minimize greenhouse gas emission, and promote equitable wealth distribution is essential for global development. Okay, I am from Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, or MNRE. The mission is to promote sustainable development by managing natural resources and the environmental for the benefit for the people. This is organized structure. Key department. Okay, this is key department. Department of Mineral, Marine, Water Resource, Groundwater Resources, and Royal Forest Department, Natural Parks, Wildlife, and Natural Wildlife, and Office of the Natural Resources, Environment Policy and Planning, Pollution Control Department, and Department of Climate Change and Environment, and Public Organization, and TGO, and DADO. This is a function of the MNRE. It's there's a policy formulation, developing and implementing policy related to natural resources and environment. This mission of Ministry of Natural Resources is to promote sustainable development by managing natural resources and the environment for the benefit for the people. This is a key success of this mission. Yes. And how to be a driven BCG model. SB is to conserve, to preserve, and to minimize resources. And G is move toward a low carbon society and eco-friendly living. That is by the two resource database development, 25% reduction in resources consumption, and promoting eco product, and increasing green area, plastic recycling, and reducing greenhouse gas emission. The Department of Climate Change and Environment Thailand, we renamed from the last year, we renamed from Department of Environment Quality Promotion Thailand to Department of Climate Change and Environment 1 year ago. We call DCCE. This is my Director General of Department of Climate Change and Environment, Dr. Pirun Sayasit Phanit. Okay, this is Thailand's Net Zero Roadmap 2065. Okay, I want to
Thank you, Kun Supalat, for, that is the perspective view from the government. She has mentioned that, the global climate risks from Thailand, the top 10 list, and also the Thailand Vision 2037, that to promote BCG model under the security, prosperity, and sustainability. And okay, I coming back to another Kun Alex Wu, from perspective your expertise on the carbon credit, how business can utilize the carbon credit market and to achieve also ESG target as well, please.
Hello, I know I have 5 minutes time. Let me try my best. But the 5 minutes is according to my watch. First of all, I want to answer to the monitors on the question about the global trend in terms of how the ESG front is moving. I would call for your attention. For last year, there was a MOU agreement signed among 3 countries, including Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia, for the exchanges to join hands together to formulate ESG ecosystem standards. So the world, ASEAN at least has started and tried to join hands together to propagate on the ESG front. And I was called upon to prepare for a topic on the carbon credits for businesses as well as ESG. So let me just quickly mention a few main points to you. It's an important topic, not because our business is in ESG and also carbon credit, but also because many of you have come to me on a personal basis and asked me about ESG and carbon credit. And what does that have to do with their business or their clients? And by definition, what carbon credit is and the value of it and its tradability, I mean, you know all about it. But as businessmen, as special attorneys, advisors to your clients. So on a practical sense, what do all these mean to you, or ESG mean to your business? Well, we always talk about, in the commercial sense, the commercial value. I myself is a businessman too. So I would ask, what does that have to do with my business? So let's look at the commercial value. Well, definitely it's for compliance and for environmental responsibility. We always talk about it. And for our brand credibility and goodwill and for financial benefit. Yes, it does have financial benefit. We can look at many examples. You look at Tesla, for example. It has generated over $9 billion of revenue from selling carbon credit. Well, how much of revenue they have made from selling cars? You can figure that out. Carbon credit is an important part of it. And when you look at the buyers, the value to them is very significant because they can show to all the stakeholders, investors, that they are reliably balancing their carbon dioxide emission. Now, all in all this together, the commercial value, some of you still come to me, are you sure you can really measure carbon dioxide emission? Are you sure the ESG can really bring me home and have more profit? Well, let's face it. If you love managing the capital of your company, let's look at the capital of nature. Let's look at the capital environment. And let's look at all that is involved. And do you have the governance to make all this work? It is not how much money that our business can produce today, but it's how much profit you can produce in the long term. That is all sustainability is about. And well, there are challenges that we can look at. The variation in many areas, the types of projects that produce carbon credit, the ESG regulations of various areas, and then the complexity issue of the accuracy of carbon credit quality. But the important part of it is we see it is a global trend, and we see that it's a growing market. You either join the global trend or you're falling behind, and your business may be outdated. At this, I want to introduce to you our group, Star Century Group, and we have the mission of empowering organizations to achieve sustainability. And we have 5 distinctive businesses. Number 1, carbon credit. Number 2, ESG business, that we perform ESG reporting. And we have carbon neutral events, and this event is organized by us. Renewable energy certificate, as well as sustainable assets and fund management. I welcome the opportunity to get to know you and also be of help for your business. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Khun Alex. One for interesting perspective on the why context carbon credit matter in business, and they're comparing about this challenges in the carbon implementing as well, and also there are 5 key of services of the company. If anyone would like to the consultation, please contact Khun Alex for the services. All right, coming back to turning to the Mr. Om Khao-Saat, the expertise on energy emission venture, and I would like to hear more about insight from EIV. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon again, everyone. My name is Om. I'm Thai. I'm representing Energy Nation Ventures. Acronym is EIV. A bit about EIV. It's a venture capital fund based in Singapore. It's like Singapore-Thai collaboration to create a fund, the pool of capitals to invest in the technologies that solve the emission problems. So we call ourselves the decarbonization funds. So this funds aims to tackle 5 main verticals. It's about the energy production side, the energy demands, the consumptions of the energies. We can call it energy efficiency. We also tackling at the mobility, transportation and mobility. We're also looking at the industrial, real estate and properties that will be contributing to a lot of consumptions in energy. And the last sectors, which actually the energies for human beings, is food and agriculture. So those are the 5 key areas that we are trying to invest and find a way to, decarbonize these sectors. So I think from all the panelists or the speakers here, I think we are from the most selfish angle, which is the fund manager. So the goal actually is to make the money. But what we are trying to do is to make the money from investing in the more sustainable technology. I can give more examples later, but to come back to the topic today about ESG. So for us, I think we try to frame it as sustainability, and I think you can see a lot of industries and businesses now they're still in we call it voluntary market, that you need to offset yourself, you need to declare, and it's still not compliance or mandatory. But in the future, some key industries will be entering into the mandatory eras. For example, in the aviation airlines, I think there are some international agreements that by 2027, all the international flights, they need to control the emissions, correct me if I'm wrong, control the emissions by the airlines to the levels pre-COVID level. So any emissions beyond that line that we had pre-COVID, then they need to offset it, or they need to turn toward like SAF, which another acronym for the Sustainable Aviation Fuel.
Right.
You see, yeah. It's like the gas hole for the the airplane. So I think that's like how we see it, that the industries or businesses will be driven toward more of the compliance and mandatory. And as the ones seeking out for technologies, I think we are one of like the perfect partners for corporations to work toward this decarbonization. I think I have running out of like my 5 minutes. Also, the time is a rare commodity. I'll give it back to everyone. And then I'll share more about the technology side. Thank you.
Thank you, Kun Om. Do you have something to add on? Yeah, Kun Vuttipong, do you have something to add on, Kun Om, from EIV? He's providing funding, right? And, some case study from LI. This is...
Okay, I'm Vuttipong. I'm from PTT OR. OR means we do the fuel and the oil and retail business. Retail business, if somebody might not know about the my company business, Cafe Maison is the one, right? Okay, and we also run the PTT station, the gas station, worldwide. Not worldwide, sorry, nationwide. Yeah, in Thailand. Okay, for the, let's say when we're talking about the ESG for OR, I disagree with Kun Om, whereby we are not greedy for the profit only. Because where we come from, the structure, the business structure for OR, we do the promoting the SME business. Because most of the our business, for example, like a gas station, 80% of the total gas station, PT station in Thailand, they are owned by the dealer, SME in Thailand. Only 20% is owned by the company, right? So basically, if someone may not know about this one is a top secret. That's why when OR doing the business, we take care our key stakeholder, whereby is a SME. And very close to the SME, another one is about the environment nearby them, the community is nearby them as well. So when we are talking about the ESG, it's not surprise us. And then what we think about, if this one is going to be the way that we do the business in the sustainability way. And this one is, maybe we adjust a bit about, how to declare, how to make the reporting there in order to be in line with the regulation or the requirement. That's it, right? And also, fundamentally, before we go to the platform, reporting, I just want to share my view. In fact, I'm the in-house counsel. For the legal. I'm not the ESG expert in the company. My colleague over there, the FIN, is the one who run the ESG for OR. I believe the letter G is a fundamental for everything. If we cannot, do the governance thing, within your company, you cannot survive, right? And next, for the E and S, environment and social, this one is going to be about the stakeholders management. And I mentioned to you at the start, we do the business with SME. We take care our neighbor, we take care our community, we take care our co-investor. So this one is a fundamental whereby OR can survive in Thailand. And this one is going to be the sustainability, for OR as well. So maybe I start at this and then give the floor.
Thank you, Kun Vuttipong from OR, PTT, Oil and Investment Legal, and he specific in ESG initiative by PTT Oil and Gas, and also they focusing on the large, corporate mentioned from specific ESG innovation driven as well. All right, I'm coming back to Kun Jackie, who, I would like to hear from your that, legal framework to ESG initiative, please.
Okay, it's over, right? Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all the insightful professional sharing from every experts. So, and it's a great honor for me to have the chance to share this topic with everyone. So echo to all. So if you think investment is selfish, and then how you put lawyer, in which position you can put lawyer to. So, so we sound like not only selfish, but less important in this topic. Yeah. Anyway, it's just a kidding. So as a lawyer, practicing the cross-border transactions for over 15 years for not only the Chinese companies and also the foreign companies. So mainly I practice the cross-border M&A investment section. So I think as a lawyer, we also can see the trends of the different new topics, specifically. So I want to define ESG as a common global language, but with a higher barriers. How to understand that? So give an example. So I attended a conference last month, and they have this kind of online system, and they allowed the speakers to speak entire different languages, but communicate smoothly without any translation. So they use this online platform system to provide the instant translation and showed as a subtitle to the speakers and also the audience. So you can see, we can now all agree that language is no longer a significant barrier for the investment or for the global expansion for the companies. However, now we have new barriers, new language with new higher barriers. I think ESG, carbon emission, CBAM, right? So all these concepts, they are the new global language, but with a higher barriers. It's difficult to understand. So now this year we have a huge major topic in China. We call going global. So it's the Chinese company, they are seeking to invest overseas, or they have already on their way to invest overseas. So for this kind of outbound investment, we used to thought, okay, language is a barrier, law is a barrier. But now, to understand the ESG, understand the climate change, understand the data protection, being the new barriers for those companies for their outbound investment. So I think by understanding this new common global language will require more professional experts from the totally different sections, different industries. So besides that, domestically, we also have our significant development in China this year is implementation of the sustainability reporting guideline for listed company. So this guideline is our new regulation. It requires a certain listed company to publish their ESG reports for 2025 by early 2026, which means we need to totally get prepared on our ESG journey, although we are still at our early stage of this ESG journey. Again, echo to our first speaker, the government side. In China, our state council also announced some opinion on the green transformation opinions and regulations. So to encourage by the government to invest more, government is encourage our companies to invest more on the innovation of this section, and particularly to encourage a company to invest in the international collaborations in this section. So it was to mention that in China, we have the national direction And then once the national direction is established, and then many many local companies and funds and the capitals, they will quickly follow. So I believe that my observation is ESG is totally a trend. Not only it's a priority, not only for our China side, also the Chinese company, for their local markets and also for their international markets. Yeah, that's my sharing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Jackie. She defined the ESG, that common language, and also the lesson learned from China regulations, the underlying significant China policy. I think this is very important for businesses, best practices for other country as well. Coming back to the second round, we will explore some real-world case study, best practices, or lesson learned from your company or your organization. I will coming to the Kun Supalat. You have the floor, please.
Next session, I will show the initiative program from of the climate change. We start with the local G Green. G Green is okay. I come from the Sustainable Consumption and Production Promotion section. This is my responsibility in the DCCE. SCP, this is authority and function of SCP is developing pattern and knowledge of sustainable production and consumption, and developing guidelines for the application to clean technology and supporting SCP networks, enhancing SCP knowledge and experiences. Aim of the Green Project is to enhance the target group to raise awareness and change behavior on environmental friendly emphasis on saving resources, energy, and waste minimization. This is the award for the company who passed the G-Green criteria. It is utility of G-Green Project. There is growing demand for environmental products and service in manufacturers want to ensure the environmental friendliness of their products and service, and consumers can easily access environmentally friendly products and service. This is a process of the Green Project. The criteria drafting, recruiting agency, training and advice, evaluation and certification, and is to the add it to the Thai Green Directory. This is a Thai Green Directory. Criteria of G Green, the G Green Project. The G Green certification criteria encompass a comprehensive assessment of an organization's environmental performance, including its adherence to environmental policy and community engagement, efficient resource management, innovation, safety practice, waste reduction, green procurement, greenhouse gas mitigation, combination effort, and commitment to green space. It is an example of the project. It's a self-declared environmental clean. And this is Upcycle Circular Economy Project. Green Restaurant, Green Hotel, and Green National Parks, Green Residence, And this green office is aimed to create an environment which is healthy to live in for mankind and all living beings, along with the concentration of energy, conservation of energy, and reduction in pollution. It is a project that there are many companies to join this project. I want to show in this project. Green project criteria. I'm sorry. Green office criteria is there are 6 criteria: policies, 2 communication and awareness, 3 energy resources consumption, and 4 waste management, and 5 environmental and safety, and 6 procurement. This is all green office criteria. A step of the green office is the first is apply to participate and into the and this is a step of the green office. It's a rating of green office criteria. We have 3 level: green, gold, silver, and bronze. It's the report of value of the green office project.
Coming back to the previous slide, can you explain a little bit more? Previous slide, please.
Okay.
Because I saw some, data about the 90%, 60%. This is a showcase of the ESG strategy from the government resources, Ministry of Resources, T Green. Please. Would like to continue? Thanks. Sorry.
Green office is a green office aim to create an environment which is healthy to live in for mankind and all living beings, along with the conservation of energy and reduction in pollution.
That's all right. Okay, thank you, Mr. Plak, for showing us the case of from government G Green project. They have many BCG, G Green, and also successful of the ESG initiative strategy from the government view. Coming back to Kun Alex, could you please share us some case study of your real-world best practices you lesson learned from us? Thank you.
Thank you. I want to look into a very practical sense of how we look at this matter. Before I came up to the stage, I was being asked one of the questions from my table, and he asked me, well, ESG, if we really do ESG in our business, wouldn't that be a cost to my business? And then my answer is very simple. ESG, you look at a very practical example. When, let's say we do energy audit, well, one of the things that we do, and then for the energy that we can save through our proposition or how we restructure some of the lighting system, for example, and energy usage, actually the company 100% would save on the costs. And saving on expenses, that means net profit increase. So it's just a very simple mathematic answer to that. And that is what ESG is all about, because it is not just you make money at this quarter, at this year, but you make money in the long run. And then there are many successful ESG cases and examples. You look at all the propagated cases like Microsoft. For the ESG initiative, they have reported over 10 billion increase in revenue because of the ESG initiative that they have done. And many companies have reported at least 20 to 30% traction of their customers and of the employees putting their efforts into their work. So these are very fundamental benefits and success cases that we can call upon.
Very simple, right? Just save costs for the company and can reduce the cost. That's it. Okay, very easy. Okay, Mr. Om, I would like to hear from you investment in innovation technology, something from your side in energy industry. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. But first, to Jackie, that's not my intentions to, making, some funny comments. But yeah, come back to ESG and real world example or the case studies. Before we get to that, I think for sustainability, climate change, ESG, there will be, we call it dual transitions. So it's not first, it's the gradual transitions from where we are today to where we want to be 20, 30 years from now. That's something that we need to phase out. What we are using today is like coal-fired power plant, gas-fired power plants, and all the, invested, assets that we are, built up for the past decades. The second transition is the disruptive transitions. This, will be more challenging for sustainability. It's not like in banking, or in like AI or some like the high-tech technologies that you can just over the night you can transform from the cash-based society to become more like digital wallets or like fintech. Because for climate and decarbonizations, there's a lot of invested amount of assets, and I think it will take time. You cannot just shut down all the gas-fired power plants here in Thailand. If you shut it down today, I think not much business will be, you'll get done here today. So I think there's the dual transitions that we need to do. So to achieve that, I think two examples. We want to try to explain it concisely here. The first one, because I mentioned about the aviation and the airline, EIV. We have one of our portfolio companies. Actually, they're Scandinavians from, from Norway. So actually, Scandinavians are doing pretty good in terms of renewables and sustainability. Having said that, there are a few startups trying to solve the emissions from the airline. For airlines, if anyone has the background of clients in airline business, you know that it's like a Star Alliance, like One World Airlines. So they are partnering with this company and providing the calculations, very accurate calculations on how much tonnage of emissions you will produce. If you are flying economy, it's gonna produce less. If you're trying to fly business class with champagnes and the lounge before taking off, then you're gonna produce significantly more. Carbon emissions. So these will be taken into considerations and provide the amount of the carbon emissions that one passenger will produce, and then they will try to source the carbon credit supply, or even, they have the options for the passengers to actually buy the SAF for it. So I think this is some kind of initiative. If you go to One World Airlines, you can see this as a real world example of how we can use technologies and startup companies. They call themselves startups, but I think they are more like a tech company to provide the software. So I think that's something that we call it, the gradual transitions. Something more disruptive is that I think for sustainability, if you want to shut down, transform or something, you need to invest a lot. And if you talk to the banks, they try to offer a green loan. A lot of banks talk about green loans. But how can you be sure that if Mr. Om getting the green loan from the bank, and I will actually, replacing the obsolete diesel gen and put on the solar panel into my factories, and how are you gonna, check on that? So we also see a lot of movement in the startups to bring in technologies like satellite images to see, satellite images, thermal scanning, and a lot of technologies to detect and see if the phasing out of the transitions is properly conducted as per what they are to do. So they're still in the stealth mode. So I mean, yeah, if you want to know about the names and I want to talk more after the sessions. But yeah, at this point, I'll leave it for you guys to think about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Om, for mentions about the sector of energy, very important, especially the renewable energy, and also some successful case on ESG focus on the EIV company. All right, and coming to Kun Witipong นะคะ Kun Witipong, can you share us some a little bit ESG compliant initiative that had been successful from PTT Oil? Thank you.
Yep. As I mentioned at the start, our business, basically we based on the communities, we based on the SME, we based on the environment. It's not surprise us, but the point is the challenge also, for people or especially for the SME to think about. It's about how you gonna, leverage, your knowledge of the regulatory requirement. Yeah, this one is come up with the governance and the system, whereby most of the SME, they don't have a very good system, to make it systematic there. And it end up with the cost. Right. I'm so surprised with Alex that, okay, once we do the ESG, the cost is running down and make more profit. It's going to be the good learning as well. I would like to explore, the opportunity how, we can save the cost. Because recently, over the weekend, I listened to Warren Buffett. He said that ESG reporting always produce cost and is a fraud. For people, for the industry, to claim on the ESG reporting and then not end up with more profit, but less profit. So I have to explore more. Okay. But for the success, let's say I go back to advertise my company a bit. Or I just spin off from the PTT group, and then we quite new. And then even, first year, to be invited to be the DJSI, Dow Jones Sustainability Index, we classify not under the energy, but we classify as the retail members, and we are the number one in terms of scoring at the first year. In the first year, I mean. So this one is most successful. The point is not the thing that we have done, but the point is the thing that we are doing very good reporting, right? So for the one who want to be very good in terms of the ESG reporting for the communication to make the world know yourself, you have to understand the data, how to gathering the data without additional cost. So basically, this one I'm the practice legal, but I would like to have majority in this room is going to be lawyer, right? So you have to understand the engineer, the data engineer, so that if you have a good fundamental and then you study on this one, I believe cost going to be going down, and then you're going to make the best profits, and then you can come up here and then share your success in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Kun Witipong, for sharing about the company from PTT Oil, but from OR, spin off from PTT already, and just started from journey how to, make practice from successful of the retail business to, and from legal side, I think you can share us more challenges or solution that may face to ESG initiative. Jackie, please.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, very glad to have some legal support here. So we have the same language sharing here. So for the successful showcasing we've been talking about, I think it was mentioned that Tesla is doing very well in the section. Tesla also have a very big factory in China. They're doing very well, and also we have many Chinese companies. They are actually working a lot on the ESG sections, are doing very well, and issue like JD JD, we know they're one of the biggest e-commerce platform and companies doing the supply chain. They're doing very well in the ESG also. So lots of examples can be shared. But me personally, I want to share a personal experience. So first, I want to ask a question to the audience. Yeah, is there anyone happen to be in Beijing in 2013? Yeah, 10 years ago. Yeah.
Raise your hand. Yeah.
Raise
only
your
one,
hand.
right?
Yeah, anyone was in Beijing or any, the cities near there
Right.
in 2013. Yeah, we have two, right? The two or three people there. Okay, three, yes. Yeah. So if you can still remember the time when you were there, so you can have the different, feeling and the reflection from my personal story. So at that time, I was having a business trip, and I was working on a MA project in Heilongjiang province. So it's a northern part of China, close to Beijing. It's not that far from Beijing. So during that time, they were experiencing a huge haze because of the air pollution. And even in Shanghai and Beijing, those cities were also challenged because of this. So give an example, give some ideas how serious it was. So we were driving on the highway, and we have to follow the car ahead. Otherwise, we don't know what will happen. We can't see. The visibility is 1 meter, literally. So very serious situation. So this is really dangerous moment. And I feel like I'm risking my life working on that MA project, So then, after 2013, next year, 2014,
Right.
China amended our environmental protection law, which was the strictest law at that moment. And then the enforcement of the law is also very strict. Many factories, they failed to meet the requirements of the environmental protection law, were fined or even required to be shut down. So we do, and at that moment, since then, many Chinese companies start to investigate in the innovation and the technologies to upgrade their environmental protection skills and process of their manufacturing. So now, after 10 years, our air pollution was reduced 92% compared to 10 years ago. So I think this is the best example, the best successful showcasing I can remember in my life what happened. So as I mentioned, in China, normally when we have a national decision, and then we were many private companies and also funds, capitals, they will quickly follow the national strategies to working on this section. So of course, let's go back. Let's see what the stage we have right now. So we are under a different stage. So we do have many experience in the ESG related sections, although we didn't call that ESG at that moment, but now we can use our experience in last 10 years or even longer times, and then integrate those experience to the ESG sections in different areas. So my feeling is the future trends will be the integrating of our previous experience, and also as mentioned, a Chinese company now facing the outbound practical moment for the outbound investment. So we are not only need to understand our domestic ESG strategy, and also we will need to understand how to design and formulate our foreign ESG strategy in the different destination of our investments.
Thank you, Jackie. I think our time is up in 5 minutes, right? Unfortunately, I would like to coming back to you, each panelist for 1 minute. Is there anything would you like to wrap up before we leaving? Khun Sitharakha.
I'm not something to say, but I have some data. The important data about drafted of a climate change Act of Thailand. Okay, Thailand has drafted Climate Change Act, which are being developed by the Department of Climate Change and Environment, and two other similar draft, a draft from the member of parliament, and second a draft act promoting greenhouse gas reduction and carbon credit proposed by a general the member of the parliament too. All three draft bills are currently open for the public comment, and I want to show the key points of this bill includes the establishment of the National Climate Change Policy Committee with the authority to set policy and strategy for preventing and mitigating climate change in Thailand. And number two, establishment of a climate change fund to support greenhouse gas reduction across all sectors, all industry, both public and private, including the measurement and verification of total carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gas emission known as carbon footprint, and the promotion of reduced fossil fuel use. And three, mandatory greenhouse gas GHG inventory reporting, requiring government agency to request a greenhouse gas emission data from energy operation and industrial operation in 15 industry, including in electricity generation, construction, transportation, coal mining, oil and natural gas, non-metal chemical, metal, fuel product, electronics, also depletion, substance, electrical equipment, manufacturing, paper and pulp, food and beverage, and agriculture and livestock. Okay, for greenhouse gas reduction, including the development of the National Greenhouse Gas Reduction Action Plan and efficient implementation of such plan, along with the reporting of total greenhouse gas emission and the establishment of the national database. 5. Carbon tax and carbon credit system, setting emission limited and allowing the trading of these allowance to encourage participants in greenhouse gas reduction among the specific legal entity through the flexible economy mechanism, as well as develop a progressive carbon tax system on high emission production and emission trading system.
May I interrupt because we're running out of our time is up.
And 6, climate change adaptation and requiring government agency to establish central climate database to serve an information center for forecasting and other. And 7, the last is penalties stipulating that fine collecting from non-compliance. Yes, that is the information for this session.
Thank you. That is government view from the Ministry of Resources. And do you have the point to address, Kun Alex?
Yes, I want to remind everyone that ESG was first mentioned by the UN 20 years ago. And for all business owners and executives, we must start somewhere. And then the first step is always measurement. And then we set policies and set the company in the right direction. For the love of our business, as my business, we started researching into how to assess carbon neutral and then carbon credit assessment via space and satellite technology. And we provide incentive program that we don't charge upfront costs for any project owner. So this is the way that we can contribute. And for all fellow attorneys and law experts, I would recommend to you that you are giving as good and wonderful legal advice to your clients, and let you stand on top of your industry by giving as good ESG advice to your clients as well.
Excellent. And Kun Om, do you have anything to address before we leaving?
I'll be very quick. So I think for whatever we're trying to do, we may globally amidst the 1.5 keeping the temperatures level.
Right.
So, but I think that's not something that discourages us from trying to do, helping in these sectors. So I think the government and private sectors need to work hand in hand. So I emphasize that these good sessions today. Thank you very much for inviting me. And for everyone, keep doing for the climate change, fight this together. If you don't know how, maybe we can manage your money by investing in some very interesting technology.
From
Thank you very much.
EIV funding. Okay, thank you, Khun Wuttipong. Before leaving, do you have something to
Before leaving.
address?
ESG is going to be something that's unavoidable. If we want to help the world, if we want to help our our children, okay, we have to do it. And then this one is a given that we have to do anyway. Governance, environment, social. I would like to rearrange a bit, ESG, not the ESG. And this one, it will not cost you more in case that you have a very good plan and system. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. And the last panelist, Khun Jackie, please.
Thank you. As mentioned, the ESG is a common global language, but with a higher barriers. So I think by understanding ESG will not only require your previous experience, but also your strategy and also the global strategy need to upgrade it change it from time to time based on different economy, political, cultural backgrounds of that country you're investing in. So, and also I think the challenge for right now, especially for China, is talent. We don't have enough talent on that section. So I learned a lot today from everyone. I learned a lot from all the professional experts today. So lawyer also on our way to learn these new languages, global languages. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for all the inputs from every expert. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Our time is up, unfortunately. I would like to thank you all, our panelists today, for your sharing very insightful and informative presentation indeed. And also, we know we have heard the role of the ESG in shaping the future of business, and as well as the opportunity, in integrating ESG principle and also some case study best practices, and innovation leading through the ESG initiative. ESG is not just only the regulatory requirement, but also the opportunity for the business that makes them positive for growth, sustainability, for impact for social and environment as well. On behalf of the host here, I would like to invite all of you to thank our panelists here again, Khun Supalat, Khun Alex, Khun Om, Khun Wuttipong, and as well as Khun Jackie and Sirikan Prasadin would like to say thank you from now. I hope to see you again next event. Thank you. Khop kun ka.
Thank you to our moderator and panelists. Please remain on stage as we have a token of appreciation to present to everyone. I would like to welcome Professor Dr. Sawanit Supharangsi on stage from representative of King Mongkut University